Neubronner, Peak Performance and Leadership Coach, and this is the series on Achieve Your Success with Self-Coaching. Now, a big thing I teach all corporates is mental resilience. And mental resilience is the ability to use your mental and emotional mindset to build muscles so that you can able to cope with challenges in your life. It's like working out a mental or emotional muscle. So in terms of the word stretch, what is stretch in your world? No, in the exercise world, stretching is going beyond your body potential and reaching for the next level. And many of us, we find the pain in the stretch, right? Because we're used to not stretching out of our comfort zone or out of our normal ability. Now, what is an emotional stretch? Emotional stretch is when you are able to go beyond your icebergs and your faulty thinking. Some of us are stuck in faulty thinking and we can't go on. And we need to stay in that stretch. Like if you're upset or angry and you're frustrated about something, you need to stay in that stretch and feel the discomfort so that you can go the next level further. Many of us, when we feel this discomfort, we run backwards, right? We don't want to go there and just leave ourselves at this level. But many peak performers and people who are resilient are able to go beyond and beyond and beyond. However, they're also very self-aware not to go and break themselves. They don't go beyond what they can do. So that's to choose your battles. So the concept of stretch is to go beyond, but also be aware. Are you ready for the next level? Don't break yourself. Another aspect of mental resilience is the concept of stretching oneself. Just like you did in the pose, you stretch. And the first thing you have to stretch is your iceberg theories. Right? In all of our heads, this is Joe, right? So in his head, he has an identity of himself, right? And this identity of himself sometimes keeps him from doing something bigger or keeps him in crisis. He's worried that he cannot manage the crisis. For example, I'm not an athlete, he would say to you. And I would say to any one of my clients that, Joe, why don't you run a marathon? He said, I'm not good at running. That is a mental concept, an iceberg that he has. And I would say, run the marathon. Run the marathon just to test that iceberg out, just to test that hypothesis out. And when he does run the marathon, even though he doesn't win it or he may have some challenges, when he does the marathon to its end, he will feel inside himself, I can do that. I have stretched myself beyond my comfort zone. Now, when it comes to crisis, then he knows he has overcome a challenge that he thought he could not before. That's what you need to do when you manage your icebergs, to go beyond what you think in your head you can do. So with little children, we always try to ask them to do something they've never done before. Right? Why don't you go for this talent show? Why don't you travel to another country? Why don't you join the junior soccer team? This is to stretch them. And as adults, some of us stop stretching ourselves at work. We stop in our mindset. Oh, I can only do this. I can't do that. And that really prevents us from being able to be mentally resilient every time. The next thing you have to really think about when you do a stretch is to choose your battles. So Joe says, I'm not an athlete. That's fine. I've never asked Joe to run straight into a pro football team or climb a mountain today. That may be too much for Joe to take. Now, a great self-awareness makes you very resilient. You choose your battles. You don't try to do something beyond your means, too much beyond. You stretch, but you don't break yourself. Many of us, in our attempts to be bigger, better, smarter, wiser, we break ourselves. We go too far, too fast. And that is a big situation that causes you to feel very traumatized the next time you try to do another challenge. It causes you to be so stressed because you've hurt yourself one time before. If you choose your battles, you can stretch, stretch, stretch. Just like when you do a forward bend, you stretch, 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 until one day you can actually reach for your toes. But you cannot do that at the first go, and you should not do that because you will break your own spirit and your own fears will come up. So to be mental resilient now and to build your resilient muscles, start by stretching. So you want to learn more about mental resilience or how to achieve your goals with self-coaching, look for me at Marion Neubronner and Associates on Facebook or marionneubronner.com. Remember, you have all the tools within yourself to achieve the goals you want.